So a few videos back I filmed, what the fuck am I stepping on? Oh, welcome back, Cam&Fam, by the way. A few videos back I filmed a day in my life video, and I talked about how I just want to like vlog more and just be more like pressure free about it and chill and like real. Get back in my vlogging game, but do it in a way that feels good and is fun and is enjoyable. For everyone, for me, for you. Kind of having a crisis about like the direction. I don't know, it's been like 2 years almost since I've started to shift away from family vlogging, and it was kind of slow at the beginning and like a slower transition. And for a long time I was really focused on just filming sit-down videos, and I feel like it was kind of a reintroduction of self, and I had a lot to say, and I had these long deep conversations about spirituality and sexuality and grief and trauma and healing, and it was this whole like self-discovery thing that I brought you guys along with me on. And I still very much like love to talk about those things, and it's all still very true to who I am and what I want to film. But I don't know, it's like, this isn't a podcast, girly. Stop talking. I feel like I just get on here and I mean, it's my YouTube channel. Like, if you're here watching this, I guess you're here to listen to me. I don't understand why. But yeah, it just felt like it was a lot of talking, a lot of sitting down, a lot of releasing my feelings, and just sharing like my inner world with you guys more in a way that I never had on this channel before, and it was really cool and fun. But yeah, I want to start like doing and expressing myself in vlogs rather than just sitting down and talking all the time. And I might be actually starting a podcast again, and so that would potentially be more of an outlet for all the talking that I love to do. And then this can start to be more vlogs again. I definitely don't want this channel to like be just one thing, but long story short, I want to vlog more on here. So here we are. Last video I cleaned my house super squeaky clean, and then I got my period and got sick, one on top of the other, and had a really bad time the last 4 days. Coco also got sick with me. Right before that, Dee Dee was sick, so like it was Dee Dee and then it was me and Coco, and then it was my period, and now the house is a mess again because I was just not feeling well and could not bring myself to pick up. And I'm still not really feeling great. I'm really still not, but I am starting to feel better, and it's Monday. I want to film this week. That's what I came on here to like say. That was the point of this clip. I'm gonna film my week this week because, like I said, the other day I filmed like an in-depth, very real, raw, authentic day in my life. But I want to do that and like show my week and just film little snippets every day. I've done a few videos like this and they're always fun to put together. Today my vibe is just getting my mental state back on track before I can start getting everything else back on track. Because when I'm not feeling well and just letting the house descend into chaos, and also not hanging out with anyone or really talking to anyone for like 5 days straight, I very quickly start to spiral mentally and lose it. I've been losing it. So I just like stepped closer because I realized I was kind of far away, but then it just reminded me of those like 2014 style like YouTube videos where the thing was to like jump around the screen and edit it together. Hey everyone, welcome back, Cam&Fam, like that. That was such a time on YouTube. Can we bring back people actually watching YouTube? The platform's kind of dying at this point, and us YouTubers are just like swimming through, just keep swimming. It's been rough for all of us out here. It's just not what it once was. Thankfully, I do stuff in my career outside of social media now, so not fully relying on it anymore, which I think is why I feel so inspired to just like have fun with it again and just film stuff that I want to film and stop worrying about like what's gonna do well as much. You know, it's still a priority, still want to make these videos like good and fun and enjoyable, but I think when I get too thought up, I think when I get a little too caught up in making every single video like clickable, I kind of lose myself in that and lose like my purpose and what this channel really means to me. It's really hot in my house. I need to go check what's going on with my AC. It's just been really hot outside, and for all my seasonal depression girlies, like, we know the winter's bad. We know we're in our house with the heater on, under some blankets, just trying to make it through the winter. But I always forget that in these months of like June and August and July, can't forget her, that it's kind of the same thing, at least where I live, because it's so miserably hot. There's no going outside, and I'm just so much less depressed when I can enjoy the weather and go outside. And it's like 106 degrees pretty much every single day for the last few months. And I'm not gonna be outside in 106 degree weather. I'm gonna avoid that as much as possible, just like I do when it's like 40 degrees outside. So yeah, it's been hitting me. Summer's a bummer, man. But it's almost over, guys, and guess what? My daughter, my little baby, she's 5. And it's August, and she's starting kindergarten. In like a week. This week is her last week of daycare. I'm like, yeah, in like a few weeks. Like, no, literally next week. Is that even right? What day is it? She starts on the 14th, which I talked about this in another video, but the 14th is gonna be really, really hard. But I always spend that anniversary with my younger sister. That's kind of been the tradition. We go on a hike and have a good day. The day before, I usually just like cry about it all day. And then I spend the actual day being in nature and having a good time with my sister, and we always just get into these long talks on our hike. I don't know that we're gonna be hiking this year in this weather, but she's coming out to visit me for the anniversary, which I was thinking about it and I'm like, I just really want London here. And so she's gonna help me get Coco to her first day of school and help with all the like back to school activities this weekend. And so this week I need to go school supply shopping, also just getting things ready to have visitors in town. I love how much my siblings have been visiting since I moved. Avon stayed with me for a while, and now London's coming, and it's just like, oh. My younger sister London, though, she's actually moving to Austin. She's turning 18 in November, and then in January she's gonna move here. And then we will have 4 of the Turner siblings living in Texas again, because my mom moved us all to Florida when I was like 16. I feel like I ramble so much. Like, this is supposed to be one little clip of the vlog. I'm sorry. But yeah, my family is slowly all moving back to Texas. After that, it'll just be my youngest sister, who's just starting high school, and then my parents still living in Florida. We're all escaping. So yeah, that's what the week is looking like. Getting ready for London, getting ready for kindergarten, and not just kindergarten, but like this kind of big change for all of us. I'm gonna be waking up at 7 a.m. every morning. The girls' daycare right now starts at 9:30. They have to be there at 9:30. We wake up at 9, we get our sleep. That's just not gonna be the case anymore. Like, our whole routine is gonna change because of it. And my sleep schedule has been so messed up, especially being sick. I have not been able to sleep. So I've been going to bed at like 2 a.m., waking up at 9, and then just kind of being tired all day. But I'm about to be forced to go to bed earlier if I'm waking up at 7. Like, there's no way I can just stay up till 2. So that'll be an adjustment, but I think it's for the better. Like, I used to have to wake up much earlier for their old daycare, and it was nice to have my mornings. There's just more time in the day. And it's also gonna be an adjustment for Dee Dee, because she's been right by Coco's side ever since she was born, you know? They've always gone and done everything together all the time. They've literally never been apart. You know, they have their like different classrooms and daycare and stuff, but like, they go in together, they leave together, and Dee Dee will be by herself there. She's got some really good friends in daycare, so I think she'll be fine, but it definitely will be different. And then of course for Colette, it's gonna be a huge change for her. She's starting kindergarten. So on Friday, we're gonna meet her teacher for the first time and have a little meet the teacher thing. She'll also meet her classmates. And I'm excited because I will be meeting her classmates' parents. It's always different being friends with people who don't have kids versus people who have kids. Love my childless friends, really appreciate what those relationships bring to my life, but it's so hard when our lifestyles are different, especially with making plans, because to most people in their 20s, they're really nonchalant when it comes to plans. They have a lot of freedom, so they get to choose what to do with their time all the time. And a lot of plans are made on a whim, with not a lot of planning at this time, at that time, whenever. It just doesn't go that way for me. I need to plan to have a babysitter if we're going out past a certain time. I only have so many hours in a day to work while they are at school. So it's just not easy to have friends who don't have kids, who are on a completely different plane of existence when it comes to perceiving time. So I'm really hopeful that maybe I can become friends with some of her classmates' parents. It's also kind of nerve-wracking because I will probably be the youngest mother there. I had Colette when I was 16. I don't think there's going to be many 5-year-olds with 22-year-old parents. There might be, I don't know, but not counting on it. That used to be a way bigger deal to me, and I used to be really insecure about it and like feel really judged right off the bat. And I still kind of am, but like it's not even something I think about anymore, you know? Like I kind of forget that I'm such a young mom, and people meet me and sometimes like there's a really weird first impression and they're like doing math and I'm like, had her pretty young, it's whatever. It's just my life, and it's been my life for like 5 years now, so I'm just like used to it. But I think especially going into a room of parents of 5-year-olds specifically, it is a little anxiety inducing. Me and Coco are both on a hunt to make friends. And Dee Dee will tag along too, of course. So yeah, I'm really excited for this week. Crawling my way out of my downward spiral onto this next chapter. I've been talking a lot. This whole thing is that I'm like, I need to stop fucking talking so much. Well, I'm gonna stop now. And that's enough vlogging for today because I just used so much of my time to just explain. There's not a lot going on today. I'm gonna journal, I'm gonna get my head straight, I'm gonna listen to some podcasts, some really motivational, inspired. I've been loving Duncan Trussell, that's the vibe I'm on lately. So I'm gonna get on that vibe, raise my vibration, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. And we'll see how well I did, where my vibe is sitting by that point. Peace out. My vibes have somehow worsened. It's now Tuesday evening. Yesterday was supposed to be about getting my head back on track so I can get everything else back on track, but that didn't quite happen. I journaled a bit last night and then just started to cry. And after a good cry, I just could not get to sleep. I was tossing and turning till like 3 a.m. So I did not get a lot of sleep last night. And then I woke up today and I'm like, I feel worse. I definitely feel much worse. I think lately I've been treating mental health days like yesterday more as like, oh, like let's do what feels good right now. It's been a long weekend. I've been sick. I've been miserable. Let's just have a little break, ease the mind, and do something that sounds good, that sounds fun, that sounds easy. And you know what sounds good? Sitting in bed, air frying something from the freezer, sitting in bed and playing Animal Crossing. Does that help my mental health? Not really, no. It doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't help me get past the emotions I'm feeling, which it's much more than just, oh, I've had a hard weekend and I'm overwhelmed. And so today I like actually really tried to move through those emotions productively. But yeah, I started the day just feeling really bad, honestly. I've just kind of been slacking on the self-care and self-improvement in general. And for a long time, like, that was where I got a lot of meaning in my life, putting effort and intention and thought into working on myself. And I'm slowly trying to take baby steps to get back to where I was, essentially, because like a year ago around this time I was in such a good place, and I spent the last year just like crawling my way through, just trying to get back to where I was. So I was really reflecting today about like what that time was like. What was I doing that made it so enjoyable and happy and magical at times. There was just something about a year ago. I was thriving, you know? And looking at old pictures from a year ago just makes me so sad. And then looking at like everything that's happened since then, like the chain of events that has led me to right here in the past 365 days, it's just like, damn, I'm spiraling in a downward direction. I'm doing much better than I was in December. I definitely had a really bad dip, still slowly climbing my way back out of that dip, you know? But today I journaled and I had a really nice shower and did some self-care, and then I journaled again and just really planned out and manifested and essentially made like a treatment plan for myself. Because I had a moment this morning where I just like admitted to myself that I wasn't doing very well mentally, and I haven't been doing very well mentally this whole summer, and I feel like I've just been coasting by and like not really paying too much attention to how I'm feeling and just trying to like make it through the day. And I don't want to live like that, you know? I want to be a lot more intentional, and I want to recognize my feelings more, because that is who I am. Like, I'm a person who feels things intensely, and I love that, and I wouldn't do anything to change that ever. And when I'm not like really feeling my feelings and I'm just kind of feeling weird and numb and not really there, man, it just doesn't feel like I'm me. But yeah, I've just been depressed. And so I wrote out a treatment plan essentially. I need to get out of my head and start actually just doing the things that I know will help. Stop overthinking it and just like go on walks and eat healthy and drink water, you know? Those kind of things. Because there's no way I can do all of that and still feel this way, you know? It doesn't fix everything, but I know I'll feel better. And it felt good today to assess where I'm at, admit it to myself, being like, girl, you're down bad. You can't keep living this way. It's not okay. It's not fulfilling. You're not even there. I'm being dramatic. Like, I've just had a rough week. It's been especially bad, but that's kind of like every other week for me. And the highs lately just haven't even been that high. So yeah, no, like people who suffer with depression, I feel like you know how it is when you're noticing things and putting pieces together and being like, oh wow, no, I'm really depressed right now. Like, I didn't even realize how depressed I was. And I'm looking at all my habits and the way I've been living, and it's like, oh, that's pretty bad. Oh, so yeah, here we are. I feel much better this evening, having spent the day sitting with it, being real with myself, and then creating a path out of it. I've been battling depression my whole life, and I know what needs to be done at this point, you know? It just takes commitment and consistency, but in order to do that, you kind of have to want to do it, and you have to want to do it because you love yourself and you want yourself to be fulfilled and happy. And so step one is to just try your very best to be positive and have a positive mindset and outlook and view of self, and stop shaming yourself for the way you've been living and feeling. So that step's already done, and now we just got to do the boring mundane things consistently, and then I'll feel all better for a while. Yay, I've solved it. Hopefully I get some good sleep tonight. Like I said, I got like 4 hours of sleep last night, so I left the house today. I didn't realize how long it had been. I think the last time I went out is when I vlogged and went to Trader Joe's, which was weeks ago. I literally have not left my house since. That's kind of scary. And again, one of those things that's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's adding up. So yeah, I just went and got boba with my sister at this really good boba place. It was probably the best boba I've ever had. And I'm tuckered out and ready for tomorrow. As ready as I'll ever be. I did not sleep last night. No, I did not. I think I got to bed at like 3 a.m. again. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think this weekend I'm gonna set my alarm for 7, because I'm gonna have to wake up at 7 on Coco's first day of school. So I really gotta get it together and like try to fix my sleep schedule before then. Anyways, I'm about to go to therapy. I've been doing online therapy on Zoom for like a long time, years. I just prefer it. I don't want to leave my house. I want to be comfortable. But I'm starting EMDR, which is light therapy to treat my PTSD. So that's something that is better to go do in person. And since I'm starting that process, I'm gonna start going in person now. We were planning on starting that today, but with how I've been feeling lately, I don't think it's a good idea. Because it's gonna really unravel some stuff, unpack some stuff. You know, it's PTSD treatment, it's trauma treatment, and that can be really heavy, and that affects my life afterwards. It's not like I just walk out of that appointment and keep going about my day, you know? It's intense, and I don't think I'm ready for it. Last week when we scheduled it, I thought I was ready for it, and then I just fell into an even deeper place since then. So especially because the anniversary of Landon's death is coming next week. Yeah, I just don't think I have it in me right now. But I'm still gonna go and meet her in person and have my session in person today. And maybe next week or the week after that, we'll actually start the trauma treatment. But yeah, it's weird. I've been talking to her on video for months, and I just have never even like been in the same room as her. And she hears all of my deepest thoughts. So about to go meet her. I'm excited though. She's like one of the best therapists I've ever had. Very, very glad that I found her. And I think after that, I'm gonna go back to school shopping since I'll already be out and about on the town. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. And I just need to do something fun and leave my house and like stop therapizing myself. I've literally spent like 3 days now just trying to get my head straight. And now I just wanna like chill and shop and check off my little list. But yeah, I'm already feeling like a lot better. I'm glad I did that. I really needed that. I already feel my mindset changing, and that's when you know you're heading down a good path, because you can like try and problem solve and figure out how to feel better, but it takes a change of mindset to actually make change. Let's go to therapy. It's so bright outside. It's like actually painful. I also really need to clean my car. I'm really hungry. I don't know if I have time to eat before I go. I mean, I'm going early. I have like 12 minutes to go grab a bite. So McDonald's. Ended up at Sonic. Grilled cheese. I have like 5 minutes to eat this. I just cried for an hour, pretty much. Just sat there and cried. That was a really good session though. Like, it was intense, but I feel better. The last few days have just been so emotional, and she's like, I just want you to take it easy, like chill, just try your best and make it through this next week, just do what you can to feel better for now. And I'm like, so true, girl, so true. It was very reassuring to be like, you don't need to figure it all out right now, like it's a tough time, you know, and I'm working on it. Oh man, it's just, there's so much. I just can't believe Coco's starting kindergarten. This week is just so, it's bringing a lot up for me. I'm gonna get myself together and then we're gonna go shopping. It was really cool meeting her in person. I think I'm gonna start going in person from now on. It's definitely worth it. There's such a benefit to like sitting across from someone. So yeah, I'm excited for next week and to eventually start the actual trauma treatment. It was good to like be in a safe space while feeling like so dissociated, because if I was just like on the phone at my house, I think it'd be much harder to get grounded again and like feel like I'm in my body and present in this time and place. PTSD is such a crazy feeling. It's so odd and weird and uncomfortable. I'm gonna be in therapy for years, you guys. Like, I can't imagine not being in therapy. It's truly life-changing for me. I really recommend therapy if you're like on the fence about it. All right, let's go. Let's get it together. Target was honestly really stressful. I think it was a bad idea to go right after therapy. I almost had a panic attack. I think she's gonna wear this on the first day. It's so cute. And then we got her backpack.